All right, mathematicians, here we are, Chapter 6, Lesson 4. We are going to be looking at algebra, and we're going to learn how to write expressions based off of words. So we're going to take these words and turn them into algebraic expressions. So your book needs to be open to page 462. So go ahead and get to 462 while I set up. Hit pause at any point if you need to, if something is not making sense. Again, make sure you circle it, underline it, highlight it, whatever it is, so that you can get some extra help. So we are going to jump right on in to writing algebraic expressions and what that looks like and what that really means. So basically, in this lesson, all we're doing is taking words and writing it in a number sentence, otherwise known as an algebraic expression today. Okay, so let's take a look. It says to write a verbal phrase as an algebraic expression, follow the steps below. In the second step, defining the variable, you are going to choose a variable and decide what it represents. So we know a variable is a letter and it represents a number. But in this situation, it's going to be some number that we don't know. So we have to define the variable. We have to figure out what that means. So we're going to follow 3 steps. Number 1, we are going to do it in words. Number 2, we're going to define the variable, and then we're going to write the expression. So the words, it describes the situation. Use only the most important words, okay? And then we're going to choose a variable, and then we're going to translate the verbal phrase into an algebraic expression. So we're going to look at the words, we're going to choose a variable, and then we're going to write an expression. So what does that look like? Right here. We're going to start with this example because this is a great example. So it says write each, oh my goodness, I don't know what just happened. Let's get back to whatever. Wow, my goodness, that really did not like me. It is all sorts of frozen. Here we go. There we go. Come on back down. There it is. Oh, so pretty. So fun when that happens. All right. Here's our sentence. It says $8 more than Ryan earned. Do we know how much Ryan earned? No, we don't. We know that it is $8 more than Ryan earned. So here we go. We've read it in words. We're now going to come up with a variable. We're going to use D to represent the number of dollars earned. All right. Here's an example or a model if you choose to do it this way. So Ryan's earnings. We do not know how much Ryan earned, but what we do know is whatever Ryan earned was $8 more. That keyword is more, which means whatever Ryan earned, which was D, we're going to add 8 more. So D plus 8. $8 more than Ryan earned. So let's reread this and see if this makes sense. $8 more. Did we add $8 more than what Ryan earned? And we said that Ryan earned was D. Okay, super easy. Okay, although my board is not really liking me very much right now. Okay, let's take a look at number 2. It says $10 less than the original price. So 10 less than. So less than we should know that means that we're going to be subtracting because of that keyword less than. So what don't we know? We don't know the original price. So we're going to let P represent, so P equals the original price. Okay, this is defining the variable, which you will have to do, so you might as well just write it down. So we know we're going to take the original price and we're going to minus 10 because it is $10 less than the original price. All right, jump up to number 3 on the next page, which looks like this. 4 times the number of gallons. 4 times the number of gallons. So we are going to 4 times the number of gallons. And let's figure out the variable. Let's use G, obviously, to represent gallons. So we've chosen our variable of G to make it be gallons. So the number of gallons, we know it's 4 times, and when we use a bar model, that's not very split in force very good. I'm going to show it like this. My gallons, my gallons, my gallons, my gallons, 4 times the number of gallons. So we could do 4 times G, or remember the best way to show this is 4G. Okay. All right, let's take a look at A. 4 points fewer than the Bulls scored. So first thing we know is we're going to define our variable. So we're going to let B equal the Bulls score. Okay, and 4 points fewer, that keyword fewer means we're going to subtract. So we're taking the Bulls score minusing 4. So let's take a look at this while we read. 4 points fewer than the Bulls scored. So you see how we can see that we are taking that 4 away from the Bulls score. All right, next, 12 times the number of feet. Well, let's have F represent feet. That's our variable. Figures that somebody's calling right now. I don't know. I'll just answer it. Hi, I'm making a video. Can I call you back? That's okay. No worries. Okay, bye. Okay. All right. Okay, bye. Okay. So sorry. Yeah, that was Miss Parker. So there you go. Real life. And I'm not starting this video over. So 12 times the number of feet. So we said that the F is going to represent feet. So here we go. 12 times. Remember that I want it to be G. I need it to be F. We want that number and that letter together. Again, you could write it like this if we were to solve it out. But since we're talking about 12 just times and we're showing the expression, just write it as 12F. Okay? All right, the total cost of a shirt and an $8 pair of socks. So let's do the total cost. Let's do T equals the total cost and an $8 pair of socks. So we're going to use our T for the total and an $8 pair of socks, which the total means the total cost of a shirt. So I guess it would have been shirt. Okay, so I guess total cost of shirt is what I probably should have put. So it's the total cost of the shirt and an $8 pair of socks. So it's T plus 8. Okay, now let's talk about writing two-step equations. Nothing really changes except for the fact that we just have to break it down. So for example, write the phrase 5 less than 3 times a number of points. So all we have to do is break it down. 5 less than, which means we're going to be subtracting 5. But what are we subtracting 5 from? We're subtracting from 3 times. What does 3 times look like? 3 and our variable, let's use P for points. So our P equals points. And then we were able to make 3 times P minus 5, or 3P minus 5. All right, let's take a look at this one. It says, write the phrase 3 more than 4 times the cost of a pretzel. So we are going to define the variable. We're going to say the P equals pretzel. Okay. And we are doing 4 more than, $3 more than. So that means we're going to be adding 3. 3 more than, so that's plus 3. Which is 4 times the cost of the pretzel. So you would get 4P plus 3. All right, turn to the next page. Again, if this is not making sense, more examples, more problems are what's going to help you, okay? So we're going to do the guided practice together, and then obviously we're going to do some more problems in class when we're together. All right, let's take a look at number 1. It says, define a variable and write each phrase as an algebraic expression. 4 times more money than Elliot. So 4 times more money than Elliot. So let's use M for money, which would be Elliot's money. 4 times more, which would be 4M. So it's just 4M. Half as many pages as George. So let's do P for pages. Okay, so we're defining our variable because we don't know how many pages, but we do know that it's half. So when we do half, that can mean a couple of different things. It can be P divided by 2, or how we should write it is our variable P divided by 2 as a fraction, okay? All right, the width of a box is 4 inches less than the length. 4 inches less than the length. So instead of using L for length, because L always kind of looks like 1, let's just use X, and we're just going to say that that represents length. Okay, so we're taking 4 inches less than, so X minus 4. Okay, the cost of 5 CDs and a $12 DVD. So what don't we know? We don't know the cost of the CDs, so we're going to say C for cost of CDs. And we know that there's 5 of them, so I'm going to take 5C, because there's 5 CDs, and a $12 DVD, which gives me plus 12. Okay, take a look at this one. Soko bought a box of popcorn for $3.50 and 3 medium drinks. Define a variable and write an expression to represent the amount they spent. Let's do that part first. So they bought popcorn for $3.50 and 3 medium drinks, but we don't know the cost of the drinks. So let's use D for drinks, but we know we bought 3 of them. So that is obviously going to be 3D. Not like 3D, but you know, 3D. Okay, so we have 3 drinks because we're going to take the number of drinks, the cost of the drinks, multiply it by 3, and add our $3.50. Okay, now it says then find the total amount if one drink costs $1.50. So now I'm actually just going to solve this problem. So I'm going to take 3 times, replace my variable with $1.50. This makes sense. If each one costs $1.50 and I'm buying 3 of them, I'm going to multiply it by 3 plus $3.50. And when I take $3.50 plus $3 times $1.50 plus my $3.50 for my popcorn, I'm going to get a grand total of $8. Okay, all right, let's come down here. We're going to do a couple more example problems if my thing is going to let me. It doesn't like me right now. It's kind of acting up. Okay, so let's go to the next page, 464. We're just going to do a few of these. All right, 6 feet less than the width. So do we know the width? No, so that's going to be my variable. That's the width. We define my variable. 6 feet less than the width. So W minus 6 shows 6 less than. 6 more hours per week than Theodore studies. So our hours, so per week that Theodore studies. So Theo's study hours. Okay, 6 more than, which means I'm going to take the H plus 6. I'm going to add 6 more. 6 years less than Tracy's age. So we're going to use T. That's going to be Tracy's age. And 6 years less than means we're going to subtract. So we're going to take T minus 6. All right. 2 less than 1/3 of the points the Panthers scored. So we're going to put P for points to represent what the Panthers scored. So 2 less than means we're going to take 2 away. But let's talk about that's 1/3 of the points that they scored. So we could take P divided by 3 minus 2. Okay. We could put P over 3 minus 2 because that's dividing. So you can write it one of 2 ways. All right, and that is it. That is how we write expressions using words. All right, do whatever you need to do now. Good job, mathematicians.